No skunk yet. Let's try over here. Look at that. You guys wanna go fishing? You guys wanna go fishing? Thanks, bud. All right, I'm back. Got a little late on the river today. Wasn't planning on actually coming out. We're supposed to have a plumber come look at some of our pipes. It seems to be leaking down to the floor beneath us, which is, you know, just the awesomeness of homeowning, I guess. But went out yesterday with my buddy Scott. We went to the Des Plaines River. Got absolutely skunked. Did meet a couple of awesome guys, awesome subscribers. So shout out to you guys. For the subscriber, this video is for you. I am on the Chicago River. Mid-morning. Well, I mean, it's 10:45 right now. But it is fall, so I'm hoping that maybe, you know, wait a little bit, given the time for the water to warm up was good. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna try a swim jig moving bait a little bit, just for now, just to kind of see where they're at. We have been, like I said, the fall is here, so main thing is just gonna be trying to find them today. See what they're up to, what they're doing. Water's, I'd give it about a couple feet of visibility. Don't really know where they're gonna be. I did see some bait fish up shallow when I was putting in, so that might be a little bit of a pattern to try. So I'm gonna try a little shallow white swim jig, try along banks for a little bit. I think today might be a jig kind of a day. It's based on the temperatures that we've been having. Got a little bit of chop, a little bit of wind today. I think it's supposed to get up to like 8. Might get up supposed to get to like 73 today, and then tomorrow's supposed to drop. So I'm hoping that what I'm doing now is just, you know, fish in the front, which, you know, I have some pretty good times fishing the front. Let's try a swim jig for now. Like I said, I'm just trying to find them, see if they're along this bank. I'll end up coming down with a jig to see maybe if they're wanting something slower. I ain't moving this swim jig kind of slow. Kind of just crawling to it right now, but yeah, about, like I said, a couple feet of visibility. Not sure where they're gonna be today, but we'll give her a college try. Having to use my backup rod right now. It's a Guggen Green. I got this one years ago, but I need to send in my Zodius for work. The top eye hole is messed up. I kept fraying my line, so got to see what that's all about. So I'm using this one. It's a 7.2 medium moderate, not my favorite, moderate anyway, but should be okay with the swim jig. It's got a light bait keeper on it. Water temperature is not too bad. It's about 71, 72. So it's not terrible. So yeah, we'll have to see where they're at today, like I said. Might end up going with just a normal jig here in a little bit. Once I dial in here. Put on some new lines, so New line's always gonna be a little fickle. You gotta wait for that. You gotta give it a couple casts. Let that line settle on the spool a little bit. Let's try my tried and true. I'm gonna try just a little jig action right now. A little Nokyo action. See if anything wants to nibble. Like I said, could be a slow day, could be a jig kind of a day. I'm hoping maybe they're chasing some fish. It is a little bit of a overcast day, but you never know until you get out and you try. I gotta work on not casting so far when I'm in my kayak though. Sometimes I end up casting too far and I'll get bit on the end of my cast and it's just too far to really get a good hook set in. Like I said, let's go a little slower today. I'm not really sure where they're gonna be today. Sometimes they're kind of stacked up on this wall. But I don't know. I don't get anything here. I might go down that way. But yeah, yesterday, man, we were out for a little over about 6 hours. Just not even a sniff. It was rough on the Des Plaines that day. The water was also really low, which was shocking given how much rain we've gotten. You know, with all the rain, I thought all the creeks have been flowing, but I think it's because we hadn't had rain in such a long time that all the water just got absorbed. And so, yeah, that river water was real low, about 3 feet at the most, 2 inches in some. Weren't any real deep pockets, so it was, you know, it was just one of those days. I'm hoping today isn't one of those either, but you know, gotta try to figure them out, figure out what they're doing, where they're at. Especially this time of the day, it's, you know, almost 11 o'clock. And it has been getting down to the 50s, so yeah, fall is here. Oh, they're not on that wall. Might be on the other wall, on the other deep ledge. Try some points though. You never know. I like points. Really, I like fishing anything where you can target. If it's just open water, I lose patience real quick. But if I can target something, it makes it a little better for me, I think. Just a little stretch of rock over here that I'm gonna try. Wind up going around. There's a couple, I mean, go back in the back of creeks or back of channels. Could be on ledges, drop-offs. I like this point here because it does drop off quite a bit. I mean, it pretty much just goes straight down into 8 feet. And so what I'm hoping though is that maybe up there close to the ledge. And we'll see though. Yeah, getting over that cold, man. Yeah, I don't have the fever anymore. It's just more just coughing up some phlegm. Which I got to be careful because if I keep doing that too much, it'll turn into a sore throat. And I don't want that, so. I'm gonna try this point, this rocky point here. It also drops off pretty deep. Good spot here. So I can just work all this. It's getting a little warmer, the sun's coming out. It might be a little deeper. It'll sink a little bit, I guess. It just might be kind of a jig day. I'm thinking they're gonna be they're gonna want things to be a little slow today. The water a little bit. Yep. They're low. They're low. Thanks, bud. All right. They're low. Oh, they're quite low, actually. If it feels spongy, I got one at least. So, better than yesterday. Because we didn't get skunked. No skunk yet. Yeah, they are on these points. Little largemouth. Why can't I grab you? There we go. A little better. Thanks, bud. So I think the pattern is deep drop-offs. I'm gonna keep fishing this here. So yeah, this little one did something a little slower today. I suppose if I got a swim jig down there, I'd probably do okay. But each one of the fish that I caught had it not buried, but pretty far back in the mouth, which means that they wanted it. So yeah, bottom bouncing, I think. Bottom bouncing, just trying to find areas that are different. I'm gonna go into my 2 spots that I found the other day and see if there's anything in there. All right. Oh, no. Ow. Thanks, bud. Still here. Still here. Oh, had him. That must have been a smaller one, but ripped it out of his mouth. So they're kind of over there. He swallowed it, I can tell. I'm having it a little too long. Put you back in the water for now. Okay. So, oops. Go open here. There you go, bud. Gross. See how fish blood coagulates and coagulates in water. So that's why I kept dipping him. He's fine though. But if you do gut hook a fish, you want to get it back into the water as soon as possible for that reason. And if you get it in there pretty quickly and don't do too much damage to their gills or their stomach, they'll be all right. You know, there's been times when I've caught fish that have hooks coming out of their butt because it worked all the way through their system. Yeah, that was another fish. It's a smaller one. Yeah, it's a bigger one. Ain't going anywhere. Thanks, bud. You know, it might be small. It might be a part of the Chicago River. Man, can they fight. I mean, this is on a medium heavy. But yeah, we've been... My wife and I have been sicker than dogs for the past week, which is why I apologize if this video is late on the upload. Just have not been feeling well. Like I said, I'm getting over it. My wife just got it, so... Oh, it was a fish. It's a bigger one. It's like right on the top of the mouth though. Ooh, barely hooked. Skin hooked. Thanks, bud. Yeah, I barely even felt that. I didn't even feel the bite. I just felt the weight. But yeah, as fall's setting in here, might end up doing one last camping trip, one last camp cook, one last catch cook. Might go with my buddy Scott. I like early October fishing is pretty good. I like it. There are a couple places that I'm going to try that I'm excited to try because I know how good they can be. But Haven't been to either one of those places all year. Here's a bigger one. Dang, you've been caught before, bud. Probably by me. Thanks, bud. And there are fish down here. I've never come down this far, so. Going a little further, I guess, north, going towards the city. Never fished this part. We'll see what it's like. Let's try down there. Looks like it could be kind of fishy. A little protected back here. Some rock. Some weeds. Huh. I don't know what's back here. It might be kind of fishy on the right day. That's what I love about exploring this place. I mean, it's just, yeah, it is pretty urban, you know. I don't know if you can get much more urban than this. Scared some fish out of there. Yeah, just because it looks super fishy doesn't always mean there fish is in there. Sign of fall. As you can tell, fall's here. All the foliage is starting to turn. It's no longer green. Browns. That's a better one. That's a better one. Nice. Couple pounder. Thanks, bud. Oh, I don't know if I got him or not. Oh, I did. That was a terrible hook set. Come on, buddy. Thanks, bud. There's another one. That's a better one. Maybe not. some head shakes to it though. Ooh, now you want to run with it. Might be a little better. Yeah, it's a little better. No, it came off. That was a big one. That was a big one of the day. That drag was too loose. I shouldn't have fucked with it. I should have just brought him in. Would have been a big one of the day. And probably like probably a 2-pounder. It's all right though. Maybe more. Big mama won't eat again, but that was a good fish that I lost. It's okay. Thanks, bud. Never gonna catch that big one again. It stinks. It stinks. It stinks, it stinks, it stinks. Let me slow down. Oh no. Okay, maybe that was the one that I missed. Maybe not. Thanks, bud. So for kayak fishing, it's really all about, positioning your kayak, positioning it well, and how to get better at it. And positioning your kayak is going to help you get better at bass fishing because you're going to be able to find positions and make sure that you're in the right position to be able to catch those fish. So I'm positioning myself so I'm going with the current right now. So it's keeping me front, which is nice, which is exactly where I want it to be. I want to be casting in front of me if I can. So now that the wind's coming this way and the current's coming this way, I'm positioning myself so that my nose is towards the bank, towards the area that I'm trying to fish here. How to get better at kayak fishing? Patience. You gotta have patience. And that just goes for fishing in general, but especially for kayak fishing. I know a lot of people think that once they get a kayak, they're gonna go out and they're gonna catch a million of fish. They're gonna go out and catch, a ton of fish. And it doesn't matter if you don't have the patience, you're not gonna be able to catch any fish, right? Unless you're going bobber. Unless you're like a bobber guy doing live bait, then yeah, maybe. But even then, you gotta have a little patience to wait for your bobber to go under. Also kind of knowing where they're gonna be at, right? And having general information, general knowledge about, how to fish, like where fish go, what's good and what's not, what's dead water and what's gonna be, God damn. What's dead water and what's gonna actually have fish. And that just takes knowing that body of water that you're on. Practice. Again, patience. bud. Let's try over here. Thanks, bud. That's a better one. It's got a derpy mouth though. Derpy mouth. Look at that. Look at that. You guys wanna go fishing? You guys wanna go fishing? Thanks, bud. All right, well, I think that's gonna do it for me. Got out here in the afternoon. Not ideal conditions, but I think because it's fall, it worked out. Caught a couple nice ones, lost a nice one. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. As always, get out there and fish and tight lines, y'all.